Hi there, welcome to another battle report. This one is not part of our campaign, it's just a friendly game between myself and my friend Chris.
Hello.
The battlefield is quite dense with terrain today. At one end of the table we have a couple of forests and a couple of rocky areas. We are playing the board draw mission, so I have my objective over this side. We've got pitch battle, so my deployment area is down here, a couple of buildings, some rubble. Capture and control, he says. Centre table has one large building, we have a nice long road and some kind of industrial works. Chris's objective is in the other corner and he has similarly a tall building and a bit of rock and some woods over in his deployment zone. Okay, I'm trying out a bit of an MSU Grey Knight army today. So we have a librarian who has a staff, he's got shrouding, sanctuary, might of Titan. And he's also got Imperium brain mines. He leads 5 Death Cult assassins, 2 crusaders and 3 acolytes with melter guns. There are 2 3-man acolyte squads, completely bare, 12 points well spent. We have 1 Cypherman dreadnought, 1 normal dreadnought with multi-melter who will be riding in with a Storm Raven, sorry about the paint job, and another Cypherman dreadnought. I haven't actually got the arms for it as yet. Then we have good old Inquisitor Cotiers, a squat Techno Savant who I use as a Jokero because I don't like orange monkey models, 3 Acolytes with Storm Bolters, and 3 Servitors with Multi-Melters. They ride in a Chimera with a Heavy Flamer. We then have 6 Purifiers armed with 2 Psy Cannons and 3 Halberds and a Force Hammer, and they're in a Rhino. And then we have 2 Strike Knight squads, each with 1 Psy Cannon, and they ride in Psybolt Razorbacks.
Hello folks, and here's the victims of the Grey Knights today. We're obviously trying to kill the traitors because they're often in league with demons, else we wouldn't be after them. Led by Mephiston, who's always good fun, and a librarian with Storm Shield and Terminator armour, who will be travelling with his friendly retinue of Terminators, Assault Terminators, 3 Lightning Claws, 2 Thunderhammer and Storm Shield, who'll be travelling around in their friendly disposable transport of a Land Raider Crusader. We've got some Assault Marines, because when you want to take objectives, being able to leap on them with some troops is always a good idea. A tactical unit whose sergeant looks especially like a captain, but that's just a technical glitch, he's just a sergeant. And they'll be broken into combat teams, one of whom will be riding in the Razorback. We have the bikes to let me get a bit of quick impetus in when needed, and scouts to hold some ground. A dreadnought with a assault cannon, which is of a somewhat substandard paint job, and a bile predator is even what I mean.
With some blood in the name.
Heavy flamer sponsons and assault cannons, and there you have it. Let's see how they do.
Okay, so we've set up. I've got first turn. I've hidden some acolytes in the corner, and I've got some more acolytes who are about to jump in this empty Razorback because the strike squad's in reserve. Cotiers is hiding in his Chimera with his multi-melter servitors. The librarian and the Death Cultist are in the Storm Raven. We have 1 autocannon dread and another autocannon dread hiding in these buildings. And we have the Purifiers and another Razorback full of the strike squad over here, ready to make a move on Chris's objective, which is surrounded by half a tactical squad. We have the Bale Pred and the Land Raider sitting over here, ready to move forwards. The bikes are there with a dreadnought again hiding in a building. It's a bit of a theme of the battle. The scouts are up in the top of the building. There's a Razorback with another half tactical squad in the corner, and Chris has reserved his Assault Marines.
And the Land Raider has a little surprise.
Oh yes,
for friends.
I forgot. Mephiston is where you can usually find a Mephiston hiding behind the Land Raider. Okay, it's the end of the Grey Knight shooting phase. The Storm Raven jetted over here and assault cannons and bikes. 2 of them are now dead. Over here, Cotiers' squad and this Rhino also tried to pour fire into the bikes, but were often out of range. One of my dreadnoughts managed to knock the turret off the back of this Razorback. My other dreadnought and these 2 units down here tried to open out a bit of fire, but failed to hurt Chris's dreadnought or his Bale Predator. Not the most auspicious of starts.
Well, it's the Blood Angels turn 1, and it went almost as well as the Grey Knights one. This
what was a Razorback but has now been stripped of weapon just charged forward, pop smoke. It's going for the objective, which is over there. The bikes had a pop at the Stormraven and missed, failing horribly. The Dreadnought, who's down there, also did pretty similar results. The Scouts fired the heavy bolter at the Rhino over there and achieved the square root of nothing. They are sensing the theme of this turn so far. The Land Raider got luckiest of all and attacked the Dreadnought, which is in that building. And as you can now see, is missing an arm. Because the Land Raider at least gave it something to think about and took off on the twin-link sword cannons. These guys are doing their loyal honour guard duty of the objective. The Baal shot at the Rhino, which has got the purifiers in it, and heaven forfend, took off its Stormbolter. The end is nigh for those.
Sorry, Stormbolter's glued on.
And that was it. As you can see, the first turn for both of us was less than exciting.
Okay, Grey Knight turn 2. The dice were a bit better this turn. I managed to immobilise this by firing a Dreadnought from in there and a load of multi-melters at it. Not the best result, but certainly not bad. But then we come over here. The mighty Stormraven unleashed its multi-melter on the Land Raider, which is now a smoking ruin. Terminators deployed in front. I'd moved this Rhino up here to cock-block the Land Raider, but not really needed now. I suspect it's going to get mulched by Terminators. Over here the Purifiers got out and got off a lucky Psy-Cannon shot, destroying the Predator that was there. At the back, my reserved unit of Strike Knights popped into existence, trying to lure out Mephiston into the open so I can shoot him with some Mind Strike missiles, and they unloaded their Storm Bolters at the Tactical Marines, but only managed to take down one of their number. Overall, a pretty good turn for me.
So, the Blood Angels turn 2 started out not too badly, with the Assault Marines jumping right on top of the objective and murdering the Acolytes that were affecting it instantly.
Poor Bob.
Bob went to ground and then thought better of it and legged it after all his team were destroyed. These guys have had to come out there and mobilise that Rhino, Razorback, but are hiding behind it because there's lots of multi-melters in that. They're a Chimera. The Bites had a pop at the Chimera but missed pitifully, which is a bit of a shame considering they're Space Marines. They should be able to shoot straight. The Terminators charged into the Stormraven and managed to hit, but didn't manage to penetrate or even glancing it, so nothing happening there. Much of the rest of the fire was just as effective, as in doing nothing, apart from this unit of 5 Grey Knights is now a unit of 1 Grey Knight. Mephiston shot his plasma pistol and managed to blow his own hand off, which was pretty impressive.
Quite funny.
But the Blood Angels here were annoyed that the Psy-Cannon killed one of their member and so completely murdered the unit in exchange. Otherwise, everything is as was.
Okay, it's Grey Knight turn 3. Over here the vehicles backed away from the multi-melter bikes, and the Dreadnought shot at the bikes, but unfortunately couldn't get past their power armour. The Razorback managed to take out one of these Space Marines, but they didn't run off. Over here this Dreadnought moved out, and the Stormraven moved back here and managed to destroy the Dreadnought that was cowering in the building by using its multi-melter and its assault cannon. Mephiston is still hiding out the way of the Mind Strike missiles. I'm sure he'll make a move soon though. Over here, Chris had his first-hand experience of Death Cult Assassins as they mulched through more or less all of the Terminator squad. The Librarian of mine entered combat with his Librarian and used his special grenade to stop him having any attacks that round. Unfortunately, they were fearless, so they didn't run away. Over here, we had the Purifiers. This this Razorback with its heavy bolters. And this single lone Marine fired all of their shots into Chris's tactical squad, managed to kill one man, and then the lone Marine charged in so he didn't get picked off on his turn, but again no wounds dealt. Drawn combat.
Turn 3 for the Blood Angels. The Assault Marines are cowering behind a rock rather than just take loads of fire. The rest of the tactical unit with the Sergeant are going to try and join them, although they've got a bit of firepower to escape from these guys. The Bikes have failed miserably to deliver any damage at all game, and they continue to do so against the Chimera, weakest of the APCs.
I removed the trigger from your melter gun start of the game.
Apparently so. The Dreadnought is then going to do very unpleasant things behind them, almost certainly next turn. But not all is without hope, as That Storm Raven appears to be upside down with Mephiston next to it. That's right, Mephiston head-butted the Storm Raven to death. Actually, he shot it and then stabbed it. And it died, quite spectacularly. The Dreadnought out there are still on its own, although I'm not so concerned about a Dreadnought versus Mephiston. I think he'll eat it for breakfast. The fight over here, the Purifiers are just sat there. They haven't been touched. The Blood Angels have lost another man, although, to be fair, considering the amount of stuff that's been thrown against them, they have survived exceptionally well all game. Not so much for the Terminators. The Death Cult Assassins have proven themselves to be obscenely deadly, as usual, although the Librarian still lives on 1 wound. Enough to allow Mephiston to charge them next turn. That is all.